Hi, my name is Lynnette Marrero, and I'm a bartender, mixologist, and spirits educator. And today we are going to learn how to make the Manhattan. So the Manhattan is a very classic cocktail, and what I love about this cocktail is that it's meant to elevate and showcase your beautiful whiskeys. So with this cocktail, you can use a rye whiskey, you can use a bourbon, you can use Scotch whiskey. So what I say with this cocktail is always think about your whiskeys. So taste through them, find their properties. So rye whiskey is gonna be nice and spicy. Your bourbons, depending on the kind of bourbon and the corn content that they're using, if they're just using 51% or they're going much higher with corn, there's gonna be a different mouthfeel. So it's gonna make a big difference in choices of what you're gonna make with your next element, which is our fortified wines. So fortified wines would be our vermouths. Traditionally, Manhattan is made with whiskey and then some sweet vermouth. You can order that perfect, which would mean that you're gonna actually use a little bit of dry vermouth or half of dry vermouth to your sweet vermouth to make it a drier cocktail. But traditionally we would use just sweet vermouth. I like to play around with other fortified wines that I think really bring some aroma and flavor. So I like reaching for sherries. A big fan of using maybe an Amontillado or an Oloroso, sherries that are oxidized. You could use a high-end cream sherry as well, but that'll have a little more sugar. But I like to have something that's a little more dry and brings out some fruit notes. What's fun about reaching for sherry is that you'll often see a lot of whiskeys that do a secondary aging in a sherry cask. So they're already using that wood, which brings out different aromas, brings out maybe some more dried apricots, some more fruits, plums, and figs. So just different aromas that you might want to bring in to pair. So I want to make a Scotch Manhattan for you today. A little bit of a different Manhattan. And I'm gonna start with our bitters. So 2 dashes of our traditional aromatic bitters, and then 2 dashes of our orange bitters, because I'm using the Scotch whiskey and I'm going to use some of those, that sherry. So I wanna bring some more orange and really play up those dried apricot notes. I'm using a 1/2 ounce of our Amontillado sherry. And then 1/2 ounce of our vermouth. Then I'm going to take 2 ounces of our Scotch whiskey here, our single malt. Then we're gonna add ice and stir. So we're gonna go ahead and give this a nice stir. Because it's gonna be served up, which means without ice in the glass, I need to get a bit of dilution in it. That's gonna make sure that all of these ingredients marry together, that they become one. And we're gonna gently stir here. So kind of the trick to a good stir is to have that spoon against the back of your glass there and just kind of push and pull with your index finger and your middle finger here. Okay. And that is nice and cold. I'm gonna touch your glass a little bit. I'm gonna get a nice chilled glass. So a nice chilled glass here. And I'm gonna go ahead and strain our Manhattan into our glass. Then I'm going to go ahead and garnish that with an orange peel, spraying that on the glass. And then not forgetting our beautiful cherry, using these gorgeous brandied Luxardo cherries. I'll make a little flag here. It's not only pretty, but also tasty. And here you are. This is your cherry Scotch Manhattan.